Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our Monday night live stream. So I'm just loading everything up. Been here a while. How is everybody doing? I've almost forgotten what we're doing, which is pretty cool. Just realised that Mando's helmet's there. See there? It's lit up by the lightsaber that he's got behind. Sorry if you're listening to this as a pod. Talking about stuff that we've got on the behind me in the studio. So, how is everybody doing? I hope everybody is well. I hope everybody's had a good half term. If you was off, yeah, really, it's been a bit bizarre having a couple of weeks off. We've not been doing the live shows on a Friday because we've been doing so many pre-records, which is pretty cool. We've got some really good one on this Friday. We've got one about nutrition, which is great. But if you are joining us, make sure you get your questions and comments in as we go through this evening. Thank you, Gary. Whether it's relating to shoes or you've got coaching questions, whatever it is, just drop that into the chat box and I will answer that as we go through. I've got to give everybody a bit of a thank you, a bit of a shout out, really, for the last couple of weeks in terms of the videos. Some really nice comments and some really nice feedback in some of the videos we've been doing. You guys like the Chinese shoes video that we did. So thanks very much to everybody who commented on that. Thanks very much to everybody who's been watching the Chasing Dreams series that we've been putting out with my training as it's been going through for the London Marathon. So thanks to everybody who's been watching them as well and chatting about them. That's really good. So yeah, just a thank you really in general. But no, actually this Friday, because I'm just looking at it. Oh, Buds is coming. You are, Buds. We've got the Tokyo Marathon podcast coming. We've got a sort of Tokyo Marathon. No, what was that? The one just gone. No, it was the one just gone. Here we go. Shows you it's been a long. I don't know if I've got man flu, but I've got a bit of a sore throat and that nose headache thing that's going around. My brother had it at when we was away on holiday. I feel a bit under the weather with it. But yeah, no, this week we've got the nutrition podcast on Friday. That's really good. If you're running a marathon or training for a marathon, sorry, that's a really worth listen this Friday. We've got a nutritionist on chatting about that. Tomorrow we've got my video on the Kipstorm. Oh, what's it called? Tempo. It's got the worst name in the world, but the shoe's fantastic. So that's worth checking out. Actually, I've got them here because I'm running them. Again, apologies to anybody on the podcast, but the Kipstorm. That's tomorrow. That video, I just held them up. I think it's a cracking shoe, that really is. And then later on in the week, we've got a follow-up video in the Puma Deviate Nitro Elite 4. I don't know if anybody's bought them. I'd be really interested to know if anybody's pulled the trigger on that one. If anybody knows anyone who's doing the London Marathon on the 27th of March, we've got a really good, I've recorded it now. It's like, I would call it the ultimate guide. If anybody didn't realize, I've run the marathon a few times now. And we put together like an ultimate guide on the best ways to run it, everything that you need to know on the London Marathon. I'm just going to shut the door one second. But left it open. But yeah, we've got like the ultimate guide to the London Marathon coming. It's going to go out as a podcast as well. So if you are running the London Marathon, check that out. It's on March the 27th. All right. So that'd be well worth looking out for. So yeah, that's basically what's going on the channel this week, let's say. We've got a few good shoes in at the moment. I've got an absolute banger from China that I'm not going to tell you about at the moment. That will be coming your way sooner rather than later. So you'll have to wait for that one. But it's a really good shoe coming out there. Again, I think somebody recommended in one of the videos. I can't remember who. But yeah, thanks to everybody who recommends. I do read all the comments, or most of them, and try and respond to as many as I can. So again, somebody recommended that to me. That was like the Anta shoe that I had on the video. That was the other one, the sort of best shoes video I recently did. The Anta C, what was it? C2027 from China. Fantastic shoe. But yes, it was a recommendation. And yeah, wait for the video. So it's an absolute banging shoe. It really is. So yeah, so that's kind of it. We've got obviously all the March drops coming in terms of shoes. So look out for them. I put up on my Instagram today the new Adidas shoe that I'm really excited about. Really, really excited about. I think more because they're sort of lacking a shoe in that department. That sort of higher stacked. Think of the Paramount Max from Saucony, that kind of shoe. I think they're missing that, so that's why I put that post out there because I'm genuinely really looking forward to it. A little bit on the fence with Boost in terms of as a foam, but making tweaks, making changes, I'm up for that. So let's see how that Hyper Boost Pro or whatever it's called. I can't remember. I think that was it, Hyper Burst Pro. And then I don't know if anyone saw the pictures, but Zidane was walking about in them, and they looked massive. So that's coming our way. So yeah, keep an eye on stuff. Keep an eye on the socials because all these shoes are going to be coming our way sooner rather than later. So yeah, I'm also going to be recording soon my marathon shoe. I'm going early with that, so that's a video that will come out soon as well. So making decisions, let me know in the comments as you're joining us. Again, get your questions and get your comments in, and I'll answer them on the live chat. But yeah, the marathon shoe choice. But let me know if you've already picked your race day shoe for this spring. Mad, isn't it? It's weird. I was just talking to I did some coaching calls before coming here. We was already booking calls in to talk about taper. It's just mental, isn't it? How quick it's gone. Just like, where's this? I know it's rained every day, but like, where's the year going? Like, already talking about taper for like Manchester and stuff like that. It's just crazy. It really is. And I'm writing plans, all the way to the end of the year for clients at the moment. Because we're going to come out of it and then we need to think about what we need to do. But it's mental, isn't it? Absolutely mental. So there we go. Anyway, thanks again for joining us. Get your shoe questions, get your coaching questions into the chat. I'm going to start working my way through that. Thanks to everybody who's listening to this as a podcast, taking us out on the run with you. We appreciate that. I know it's easier to watch these, listen to these on the podcast and watch them live. So again, that's what I really do appreciate genuinely. Everybody who tunes in live and gets involved, because the show doesn't really work without a live audience. So thanks to everybody. Okay, right, let's dive in, shall we? Again, if just think of me like as that young boy, easy, who works in your local running store, and you've got a question about a shoe. You got in there, you want, well, I'm not sure, I've got this. That's me. Right, I'm going to help you out. Okay. So first question. Oh, look, in the last 6 years, I've had a hip replacement and a knee op, and he's only 44. Blimey. Until then, I kept fit, but never done 26.2, which I'm now determined to do. What shoe is going to help me get to the finish line? Douglas, or Dougal, I apologize. What I would say is it's not the shoe that's going to make the difference on that. The shoe's going to make marginal gains. The training you do, the work you do in the gym, the strength work, the mobility work, the diet, the nutrition. Again, listen to, Friday's podcast we've got with the nutritionist. Getting that balance right with your nutrition and the work you're doing, that's going to be what's going to get you to the finish line, not the shoe, to be honest with you. So, yeah, the shoes are great. We love talking about them, but ultimately it's you as a runner that's going to make the difference, not the shoe. All right, but good luck. Let us know. Keep us posted, Dougal. What you sign up for, what you get talked into. FOMO will hit you. Have you signed up for something? I know people have been, by the way, I've got a message from a client today about Abingdon. Sign up for Abingdon. Anybody get in there? I'm waiting to find out whether I've got Sydney. That's in April. So we're still waiting for that one. So let's see what happens. But yeah, honestly, Dougal, spend the money in the gym or on a PT, something like that. Or on a running coach like myself. hello@fordyruns.com. I'll help you. You're welcome. Okay, and that's just a good point. If you do have an autumn race or even like spring you're thinking about and you want some coaching, get in touch now. hello@fordyruns.com. All right, because obviously I will lose runners. I think I'll lose runners. I might not. But sometimes you lose runners after the spring marathons, and then I tend to pick more up. So if you want to get on the team, hello@fordyruns.com. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. I coach runners all over the world. So get involved. And talking of which, I can see Matt Carpenter's in the house and he's in Australia. So he's one of my clients. Okay, right. Next question. Hi, 40 Stephen. I'm looking for a new race day half marathon shoe. I want to run a 1:35 PB at the Hackney Half. My Saucony Endorphin Pro 3s have come to the end of their time. What would you recommend? I really like the Mizuno Hyperwarp Elite. I think that's a great half marathon shoe. That would be a hell of a lot of fun. Super lightweight, unbelievable. I would like myself personally to run them fast in a half marathon. So I cleaned mine up. And if anybody's seen the video I did on the race day, or not race, but it was let's call it time trial at Parkrun, and mine got absolutely battered, but I cleaned them. So that's a really good shout. And I was chatting to a guy at the Watford half who had a pair on. He really liked them. So yeah, I'd have a look at the Hyperwarp Elite. Really good shoe. Slightly lower stack, a bit more traditional. Nice fat pad up the front. Really good outsole on them. And I mean really good, but ultimately just super light with a cracking foam in there. So that would probably be my recommendation for the half marathon. But let me know what you get. Keep us posted. Oh, he's actually, I should have read this first. He's looking at the so basically Stevens just wrote that he's looking at the Metaspeed Edge Pro 4 and Rocket X3. And none of those shoes. Yeah. Go with the Rocket X3 is a good shoe, by the way. It's very stable. It's a good half marathon shoe. But I would go with the Hyperwarp Elite from Mizuno. Okay, here we go. Nikki. Tried the Saucony Azura and loved the rocker roll through. Sadly, it was too tight in the toes, so I had to send it back. I'm not surprised with that, actually. I can see that with the Azura. I think that the shoe video I have coming this week, you might like, Nikki. That's what I'm going to say on that. There's a lot more room in the toe box in the shoe that's coming this week. Yeah. Let's leave it at that. So, morning. See, Matt's over here from Australia. Ian's in the house. Evening, Ian. Dawn sending you love. Andrew. Evening all. Did a 20-mile goal pace run. Jesus. This morning, what a hero. Getting ready for Rome in less than 4 weeks. Blimey, Andrew. That's come around quick, isn't it? Andrew's kept us up to date for his training. So good luck to that. So thanks, Gary. Debbie, love my latest Chasing the Dreams video. Yeah, if you've not seen that, you can stay up to date with my training as I train for the London Marathon, trying to run my fastest time in London this year, marathon distance. And I've been documenting that on the series. So thanks very much for the positive feedback for everybody who's been watching those. The next one I think you'll like, and then because I'm off to Iceland next weekend, and that will form part of it as well. So that's going to be pretty cool. Hang on, hold tight, I'll have a bit of tea. I'm trying to drink a lot of honey and lemon at the moment. Whether it makes any difference, it probably won't. But yeah. So thanks very much for the support on the thing. Guys, I'm just going to mention now again, if you're joining now, get your shoe questions in or coaching questions in, and I will answer them. Whether it's a coaching related question, I'm happy to answer it. Or if you've got a shoe question, as I said, just think of me as like that 18-year-old, because I know I look 18, lad who works in your local running store, and you've got a question about shoes. That's me. Okay. Just a slightly more knowledgeable and a little bit more experienced. You're welcome. Dennis is back from Alicante. Yeah, a load of guys went out to Alicante this weekend. Looked fantastic. Well done, everybody who went over there. That was pretty awesome. Matt's in the house. Good afternoon, 40 from Ohio. How cool is this? Just started running again last week after 7 weeks out with an ankle fracture. Jesus. I'm excited to get a run in my Anta C202 7s tomorrow. I've had them since injury. I honestly, I love them. I absolutely love that shoe. It's so good. I can't tell you how it's just a really fun shoe. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go and watch the video I've done on Chinese shoes or my recent video on running shoe picks for under 150 quid. It's such a good shoe. Although you've got to watch your sizing. Mine's a UK 10. So that's the way to go. But yeah, under 100 quid, you can't go wrong. It's such a good shoe. It really is. It just puts a smile on your face every time you run in it. It does have a carbon plate in it, which makes the other Chinese shoe that I've got even more appealing. Oh, such a good shoe. I can't wait to show you. I love it. Blair Daly, new Alpha Fly date confirmed yet? If not, what would be your guess? May. We spoke about this before in the Alpha Fly 4. It was shifted. The date was changed. What's his face was wearing it the other day. I'm useless at names. I can hardly remember my own one. That's why I have to have it put it on like mugs and things like that. But yeah, he was wearing them the other day. I don't think it'll be long. I'm guessing May, but that's just purely on the list of shoes that I've got in terms of release dates, and that list can be a little bit hit and miss itself. But that's the list I use in terms of the release dates. I did ask our retail partner, and they didn't have a fresh update since the last time I asked them. So, yeah, I still think it's going to be then. But the shoes, basically, you can see what it is. It's just got more foam under the forefoot. Whether they've played around with the Zoom X, I hope they have. So let's see. It'd be nice to have get rid of that arch issue that I've had in the shoe. I was really hoping it would have been for London so I could try it, but sadly, I don't think I'm going to have enough time to get that into. I've got a 20-mile race coming up in a couple of weeks, and I want to be running in my London Marathon shoe for that race. So I don't think it's going to be here on time. Okay. What's this? Any news on the slow cush? No. I can't remember. We did that episode, didn't we, on A6 shoes? I'm just having a look at my phone. Whether I've got the release date. One sec. If you don't mind waiting, I'll see if I've still got it. I might have it. I might not. Where was the thing with the dates? I've got like a. It's kind of a list, kinda. With like when stuff's coming out. But let me have a look for the slow cush. Here it is, slow cush. Right, so slow cush. If anyone doesn't know what it is, I'll hold that picture up to the camera. See that? Yeah. That's got the Flight Foam Luxe Plus in it. Pure gel. And then, so we've got 48mm stack. So, according to this, oh no, because the dates might be the wrong way around. If you read it one way, it would say the 10th of January. But I think this is the 1st of October. I think it's the other way around in terms of the dates. Actually, if I check the Super Blast, because we know that's March. Yeah, it's the other way. So October, according to this. Not 100% sure. Actually, it might be. Yeah, it is because Nova Blast. Yeah, no, it's bang on. Yeah, so October. You're welcome. Right, let's carry on. I'm running Rome in the Adidas Prime X Strung 3. Wow. I love them. It's a new pair. Had a pair of 400 miles. They just keep going. It is a good shoe. The Strung is a great shoe. It really is. Really is. Mix in the house. Hi, 40. Hope you had a good break. Thank you, mate. I just ate food. It was ridiculous. I thought I had my marathon shoes sorted. The Metaspeed Sky, but on mile 17, I've got a terrible blister on the ball. Yeah. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club, Mickey boy. It seems to be a problem with the Sky and the Edge about those blisters. Yeah, you had what I had. And that's what sent me, if you remember, Mick, that's what sent me back to the Adidas Pro 4 for Chicago. And I had to make all those adjustments because I had no other option because I was dead set on running the Edge. It's interesting. I did have the Sky out the other day, like you, and I didn't have any issues. It's a funny old shoe. I don't know whether I've got the confidence to take it in. So, yeah. Mick, what other options you got? What other options you got? Let's have a look. Evening, Mr. Burrows. I was thinking about you today because I got a pair of Hokers. Yeah. Are the New Balance Balos any good? No, they're a terrible shoe. No, just go and get another pair of Vomero Plus. Honestly, the Balos was a massive disappointment, a massive disaster. 200 quid, wasn't it? Absolute miss. Huge miss. So no, don't bother. Go and get a Vomero Plus. Or maybe if you want something cheeky, watch my video tomorrow. £99. It's a bargain. Just wait. Okay. Here we go. What's the next one? Thanks, guys, for joining us. Get your questions in. I really do appreciate it. I'm not sure. This is from Alan. I'm not sure if my race day shoes is going to be for Manchester. Man, it's coming around quick. I'm training in Saucony Guy 17s and A6 GT 2000. Jesus, that must be like running on concrete. I ran half in the Puma Forever run, but gave me blisters. Glide Ride question mark. You know it. I know it. The Glide Ride. Glide Ride Max 2 is the one I'd actually go. Because it's inherently stable because it's wide. It's got the glide roll technology. I don't know. Those two shoes, the Guide and the Asics, are mild stability shoes. The other one, bit of a curveball, but it's heavy, is the Structure Plus. I really like that shoe from Nike. I mean, I really like it. But the Glide Ride Max 2 will give you some stability. So could be worth a try. Yeah, that could be worth a try. Okay. Two lads. FORDY, I've been looking for a shoe like the Cielo X1 OG in terms of bounce and feel, but with more aggression. The 2.0 was too unstable. No, the 3.0 is still unstable, mate. Yeah, it's really unstable. You've got to be flying in that to get the most out of that. It's quite unstable still. Halfway house in terms of the Cielo X1 OG. SC Elite version 5. Probably a good shout. Right. Danny. Chris, jumping ahead of Q quite a bit here, but are you planning to do a shakeout run in Amsterdam? I tell you what, Danny, it's interesting you say that, right? We've got a shit ton of people going to Amsterdam to run that. I'm there with a brand and I've got to sort out what we're doing, whether we're going to do a shakeout run with them, whether we're going to do park run. I'm not really sure yet, to be honest. It's on the list of things to sort out. It's a good call, Danny, actually, because these things do take a bit of organising. But we've got just within the 40 Rounds Running Club and community, we've got a shit ton of people going over there. So yeah, it's a good call. I'll let you know. I'll get you a bit more details. But I tell you what, you have reminded me. We've got to put those details on the website about some of these shakeout runs that we've got. So thanks very much, Danny. That's reminded me. I've just added that to a job to do for me. So always useful coming on live. Right, next one. Anders, not sure strength training is for me. Did a session last Tuesday and legs still feel rubbish. No, keep at it. You're looking for reps. You're not looking to put massive weight through. You're going to get an element of DOMS if you're not used to it and you're not consistent enough. But lighten the weight and do reps. Single leg strength is key. So yeah, you probably went too hard on your legs. So have another look at it and build that consistency in terms of your legs. I was doing legs today, and I wasn't enjoying it. But you need to get it done. But if you find it tough, just bring the weight down a little bit and look to do a few more reps. But focus on the single leg exercises. It's key. It really is. There we go. Look, Oliver. Maybe don't go so heavy with the weights. And exactly what I said. There we go. What a hero. We're legends, we are, Oliver. Okay, Ollie, 3:15-ish marathon. What would you recommend shoe-wise? I've used SC Elites for halves, but I can't find them. SC Elite version 5. Yep, go for it. That's what I would pull the trigger on. And don't forget, we did that video, didn't we? Where I said you could pick them up cheap. So do that. What's this? Diesel. Joining the stream for the first time. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Just started running again after a week of man flu. Yeah. Diesel, let me know. That's just say that's how I feel. I've got this throat thing going on and this sort of headachy stuff, and it's just not going. So I'm trying to shift it. Luke, another client of mine. Thanks for coaching so far. Looking forward to Brighton half on Sunday. Looking into sports match charges. When is the best one to get one after the half? The thing is, I like sports massages, and I'm kind of used to having them done. But I'm also on the thought process that sometimes they can aggravate stuff. And when you start hitting peak mileage and things like that, if you're not used to having them, buds is off. If you're not used to having them, they can inflame stuff. Like I had one the other week, and the next day I was just like, it's a bit strong. So I'd go careful. If you're not used to having them, not sure how much benefit you're going to get this late in the plan. Again, I'm a big advocate of them, but I'm an advocate of doing them consistently over your training. I think it's a better way. Okay, Richard. Oh, hang on, we're gonna have to let Buds out, team. Let me get rid of that. Look, Buds, let's see. Buds, you want to go out? Okay. There you go. No. This is why we do these things live. Buds, you go out. Here we go. The boy loves it. He loves to get on the pod. Sorry if you're listening to this. Buds has left the building. It's like Elvis. Hi, Chris. I'm a new runner, 52. I go for comfort. I have the Super Blast 2 and the Vomero Plus. Love. Would you recommend the Nike Vomero Premium? I've watched your videos. I love the Vomero Premium. I mean, I absolutely love that shoe. It's just so good. It doesn't. No shoe warrants to spend that sort of money on it. But if you're going to spend that money, get the Vomero Premium. It's so comfortable. It's ridiculous. I just love clocking miles in it. It's not a shoe I would take long. It's too soft, too unstable-ish. I think my ankles and my like sort of, I don't know what they're called, but like flexion muscles down would really take a beating on the way I run. But I just love spending time in them. Ask Pagey. He'll tell you. Okay, Peter, which 20-mile races do you have pre-booked for London? I have the Essex 20-miler with our friends at ATW events booked. That's locked and loaded in the diary. Sean's in the house. Good evening, FORDY. Chris and all 40 runners out there. How's marathon training going? All the hard work will pay off. I'm wearing the Fast R Nitro Elite 3s, but using the Adidas Pro 4 as goal marathon pace sessions. Thanks very much. Marathon training's going okay. Yeah, we put out the latest sort of episode in Chasing Dreams, the series I'm doing about my training. I've got some key sessions coming up, some key weeks of mileage coming up as well. I've sort of dipped in, dipped out because of going away on holiday, things like that. Because I've got a trip next week. We're trying to keep consistent certain mileage things I've set myself. Focus at the moment is on certain sessions I've got coming up. 20-mile race is a key one. 16-mile goal pace run is a key one. So yeah, and I'm trying to be consistent at certain mileage in certain weeks to try and be strategic. Focusing still very much on the gym, despite feeling a bit under the weather today. I was back in the gym, trying to maintain that 3 gym session a week, which I feel is making a difference. Nutrition went off the rails massively last week because of Potters, but I'm hoping to get that back on track. But I am deliberately eating more than I was because you've got to fuel these runs. I'm looking at my fueling to make sure I'm on point with that. I'm looking at the finer details now, making sure that I'm getting everything right. ahead of this sort of crunch period. But yeah, some big sessions coming. That's why I could do with this, like whatever it is that I've got to go away, because I've got some big sessions coming up. Vince, evening 40. I keep getting a pain in the outside of my right lower leg when I run. That's your IT band. It always seems to play up in the first 4K. Yep, IT band. Then it seems to go away. Then 8 to 10 after. Yeah, it's your IT band. You're probably doing too much, too quickly. Usually sign of that with your IT band. I'm not a physio. Might surprise some of you. I'm not medically trained, even though I look like a doctor. But yes, you need to foam roll that, stretch it, and if it persists, then go and go see a physio. IT band, great thing for that is some dry needling tends to ease that off. But yeah, you need to look at the paces you're running and things like that. You're probably running too fast all the time, not giving yourself enough recovery, usual sort of things, not strong enough in your legs, things like that. Core strength, stuff like that. That's usually the sign. Keep us posted. Greetings from Iowa. Running tips would you give someone coming back into running with the current main focus on weight loss? Running's not the answer to weight loss. It can work alongside it. You do need to fuel these runs, yeah. So using it as your cardio is a good thing, but you need to do, you need to look at your calorie intake. You're never going to lose weight unless you're in a calorie deficit, and then make sure you're getting the right amount of protein, hydrating, plenty of sleep, doing all the other cardio work, the cross training, the strength work, that sort of thing. That all leads to dropping weight. But running on its own will not overall drop you weight. But it's great alongside other things to help you in terms of the weight loss. But really, as always, it's what you're putting into your body. That's what ultimately leads to the weight loss. So yeah, have a look at that in terms of tracking what you're eating, tracking the amount of protein you're getting, that sort of stuff. And obviously all the other bits that go along with that. Blair, I was hoping that the Alpha Fly 4 for London and my 20 mile at the end of March. Yeah, that's where I was at, Blair. But it doesn't seem at the moment. We've still got May down here. Mark, evening, Chris. Got a marathon on the 19th of April. Currently dealing with a respiratory infection. Last long run was the 14th of Feb. Not run since. Any advice on returning to running versus the missed runs? Just don't catch up with mileage. You can't do anything about that. You might have to. I mean, how many weeks is that? You've missed. Yeah, I would just look at it. 14th. I mean, it's only a couple of weeks, isn't it? I won't worry too much about it. Just don't chase mileage. Maybe do a week of easy work. Look to get consistent in terms of your mileage for the next 2 weeks and then build from there. You are close to running out of time, but I wouldn't panic. Don't try and chase mileage. That's the key to this. Don't ever chase mileage. It goes tits up if you do. But good luck. Keep us posted. Diesel, hoping to do my first half marathon late half of the year. I have to see which shoe I pick. Asics Tokyo or Li-Ning Theoden 6 Elite. I've not tried the Li-Ning, although I want to. Or the Asics Sky Tokyo. Yeah, good half marathon shoe. Good half marathon. But like I said, for me, the half marathon shoe at the moment would probably be the Puma DV8 Nitro Elite 4 or the Mizuno Hyperwarp Elite. But I would probably, out of those two, I'd probably go and do the Hyperwarp Elite just to see what it does. That's probably what Mick. I love the Adidas Pro 4, but can't seem to get them to fit right. That's what I'm saying to you, Mick. This is why I'm struggling as well over the last few years. I told you that's the problem with them. That's why I'm basically testing about like 7 shoes at the moment to try and dial it in. And that's why I could have really done with having the Brooks, the Adidas Pro 5 and the Alpha Fly 4 released. Because then that would have really helped me make a decision. I think I know which way I'm going, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Fiona, evening, Chris. Thank you for your great show. Thank you. Looking for a Brighton marathon shoe, 4 hours, 45 first marathon. Currently can't decide between the Rocket X3 and Adidas Pro 4. Any thoughts, please? If it's your first marathon, I'd wear what you've been training in, to be honest. That's always my view of the clients I work with is like, right, what have we done in terms of mileage? the long runs you've been doing, what shoes have you been in? Have you been comfortable in them? Have you had any side effects from those shoes? No. Well, if you're only trying to get round, which you should be in your first one, and then you can build from there, then I would go with that shoe. Maybe get a new pair and then, put them in now to like some of the 20 mileage you're coming up or 18 miles or whatever you got in your plan. But that's what I would do. I know it's a boring answer. I mean, between those two, you probably couldn't have two different shoes. The Rocket X3 is a stable shoe that will, really look after you. It's not the most explosive thing in the world. Or you've got the Adidas Pro 4, which is really heavily rockered and really super soft. So like two ends of the spectrum there. Shoe that fits in the middle of them. Go back, you probably guessed it, SC Elite version 5. Diesel, nice to see you enter the Chinese shoes. Started trying these out as last year. Just wait. I have one favourite, as you all know, which is the Anta, but I may have a new one. Woohoo! I love it. Didier, I'm doubting to buy the Brooks Cascadi Elite next week. Can you recommend this for 100k trail? I'm the worst person to ask about trail shoes. Just putting it out there. I don't do enough trail running to know what I'm talking about. And when I do trail running, I always run in Asics trail shoes because they fit me perfectly and I don't fall over in them. So I'm adding no value there. Apologies. I don't want two pairs of the same shoes. What's comparable to the Vomera Plus on a good budget? Oliver, watch tomorrow's video and you will immediately make a purchase. You've been warned. Comes out at midnight, the video. Rob, Chris, what are your thoughts on the Puma Deviate Nitro Elite 4 from Midpack Runner? It's firm. You've got to be leaning on it to start feeling the benefit of the ATPU foam. It is firm. It's a light shoe. I think you need to be kicking up some steam with it to get the best out of it. I think you probably I would look for something a little bit more forgiving if you're in that sort of area. Personally, it's a firm shoe, and I think that's a good thing if you're absolutely on it, because the ATPU then compresses and works well with the power plate that's in there. But you've got to be on it. I think if you're a bit slower, it might be at mile 23, you'll be thinking, Jesus, these are firm. Know what I mean? So that's the one. Okay. What do you think? I found them for right. What's this, Amsterdam? Just seeing the time, guys. Thanks again to everybody who's joined us. Any last questions? Drop them in now. Like, drop them now. Anders, did Amsterdam a few years ago. Nice race town, but took 6 miles before I could run at my own pace. Fairly narrow roads, and a lot of people said difficult. Yeah, you know what, Anders, I kind of get that actually. That is the one thing. I think Berlin's a faster marathon, although everybody I know who's run Amsterdam has run it quick times. But the width is an issue on some of the paths down the canals and things like that, especially even when you leave the stadium and you're going through the park on the way out. It's narrow in places. For a marathon that size, I do agree with what you're saying. It's a fantastic event. I'm really looking forward to going back there this year. But I do get what you're saying, actually. Yeah, I do get what you're saying. Max, boy, first time joining live. Just want to say thank you for all the content in the podcast. It helped me so much with my running, has made it so much. I think, what a great way to finish the show. Maxi boy, what a great comment to finish the show. What a hero coming in with that comment. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. So yeah, that's the show this week, guys. Make sure you come back next week, Monday. Oh no, I'm not here. I was meant to be here next week, but I've been invited along to the sports shoes. I've got a new store opening in Shoreditch, so I've been invited along to that. So I'm going there next Monday. So apologies, I won't be here next Monday. But after that, I hope to be around for the next Mondays all the way up to London. So other than Easter. So yes, I'm not here next week. So please don't kill me. But yes, I will be back after that. And I say, hopefully we have a good steady run then, a nice a nice run all the way up to London, say, other than Easter. But yeah, so I'm at the sports shoes event. Keep an eye out for the video tomorrow. I think some of you guys are going to like that based on some of the questions I've had tonight. Keep an eye out for that one. It's a bit of a banger. I'm not sure when my new Chinese favorite shoe is going to be coming out. I'll let you know on that one. And watch out for the Puma Deviate Nitro Elite 4 video. Bit of a change of heart on that shoe. That's coming later in the week. And again, the podcast with the nutritionist is out on Friday, which is an absolute cracker, especially, as I said, anybody who's marathon training, share it with somebody who's marathon training, because I think they'll appreciate it. Talk about gel, fueling, all that kind of stuff. It's a bit of a useful one. Thanks to everybody who's listened to this as a podcast. We appreciate you guys. I know you don't join us live, but we also appreciate you guys for taking us out on the run with you. But yes, so I will be back in a couple of weeks. Not next week, not next Monday, the following Monday, I'll be back. So get all your questions together. Get everything you want to know about shoes and coaching. Put them all, write them all down, and then bring them with you in a couple of weeks. And I'll catch up with you, boys and girls, then. But thanks very much for tuning in. Thanks very much for joining me. Thanks so much, everybody who has joined in on the live stream tonight. And I shall catch you guys in a couple of weeks.